Okay, so happy Saturday night. Not sure what time it is. I'm coming to you raw, like raw. Mustache, bushing, eyebrows fucked up, faded makeup. Like, I'm all types of fucked up today, and I don't care because you guys need to see this. Like, I can't always be done up in my videos. Like, I just can't. And you will see that if you keep watching my videos. You're gonna see me with makeup, you're gonna see me without makeup, you're gonna see me looking fucked up, you're gonna see me looking pretty. This video is about my first cosmetic procedure. Now, you're probably looking at me like, what the fuck is up with her double chin? Like, I already have a double chin, and yeah, a nail's broken. I already have a double chin, if maybe you haven't noticed it, but I do. And now it's like super big. So I did Kybella, and Kybella is a procedure where they inject your double chin with I should actually get the name for you. Like, I'll put it below, and I'll put some links below that you can click on and read about. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but I did Kybella, and what they do is they inject you, and the solution or whatever is supposed to dissolve the fat. The reason why it's like so big is because it's swollen. Now, I'll get a little close for you. Don't mind the pimples here, okay? So I have some bruising and some discoloration. It's like a little bit yellow, but that's what it looks like from the side. And as you can see, it's like really hard. It like swells and then just hardens. So let me backtrack to where this all began. So I go to the dermatologist for my face. As you can see, I have acne, and I've been seeing a dermatologist for it. So I went one day and I saw this ad for Kybella, and I'm like, whoa, what the hell is this? Like, I've never seen this before, and I have double chin and I hate it, and oh my god, like, this is like a gift from above. You ever watch the Rugrats and they're like, a baby is a gift from above? So I asked my doctor about it, and I'm like,
what's Kybella?
so she tells me about it, and she said it's supposed to be permanent. The FDA approved it for the double chin area only in 2015, so you can't get this anywhere else on your body, only your double chin. So they told me about it. They said I would only need about 1 to 2 vials. And it really depends on the patient, how many treatments you're going to need. He estimated 1 to 2 vials, but if I need another treatment, then obviously I would need to buy more vials. So we'll get to that. That was about, I want to say like maybe 9 months ago that I saw that this thing actually existed, and I did some research on it, and I saw before and after pictures. Everybody that I saw online had really good results. So I already was convinced. I'm like, I am going to get this. So fast forward to like a week ago, I went to my dermatologist. My arm is like really itchy. I don't know if it's my sweater or what. Anyways, so I go to my dermatologist, and one of the girls there, she did Kybella, so I was asking her about it, and she basically had me sold on it. And I'm like, you know what? Let's book the appointment, because I have an insecurity. Like, and I feel like if you have an insecurity and you can do something about it, you should. You can disagree with me. Some people are very much against any type of cosmetic procedures, and I am not one of them. I am definitely not. Like, if I see you have work done and you look great, I'd be like, you know what? Great. Like, good for you. More power to you. Okay? So that's just how I am. Anyways, and no, if you're wondering, I have a feeling like some people might think that my boobs are fake. They're not. They're real. Yeah, I don't have the balls to get implants, nor do I have the money. So these babies are real. Anyways, yeah, so I'm like, you know what? Let's book the appointment. So I booked the appointment a week from that day, which was on Thursday, this Thursday that just passed. So that was February 2nd. And I went, my best friend Nicole went with me, and I was okay the day of. I wasn't nervous, I wasn't anxious. Like, I thought I would be nervous, but I wasn't. So we get there, And I'm cool. I'm cool. We go in the room, and like I know these people. This is my dermatologist. It's not like I went to some random place or whatever. Like I've been going to them for a while now, so like they're my peeps. Anyways, so we're sitting in the room, and what gave me anxiety, I swear to God, was a screaming little girl in the next room, because like it turns out the doctor was just putting an ointment on a wart that she had, and she was screaming like if fucking Freddy Krueger was like trying to kill her. It was outrageous how she was screaming. And me and my friend are like looking at each other. I'm like, this little bitch is giving me fucking anxiety and I want to just run out of here. Like I had no idea why she was screaming. I'm like, oh my God. Whatever, that's just me. Like I worry a lot. Like I don't know. I don't want to like say like I suffer from anxiety, because I don't suffer from it, but I get it. Like I get anxious and whatever. So they come in and everything was already set up. Like the needles were out, like everything. I had made an appointment, so everything was ready. And I'm really like weird when it comes to needles. Like I can't really look at them, because then I get like, So what did I do? I looked at the needle. I'm like, fuck. Like there's a whole bunch of syringes over there. And I'm like, Nicole, I could leave now and, you know, act like none of this ever happened. She's like, just relax. You'll be fine. So getting to the procedure. The people at my doctor's office are so amazing. Like, I love them so much. Like, they're so nice. They're very understanding. They walked me through the entire process before they did anything. They were very patient with me. I just love them so much. Anyways, so what they did was they numb the area. Now, I already had a feeling that it wouldn't be very painful in my neck, because I had a pimple popped. It was popped and injected with cortisone on my neck. You know, like you get like random pimples. I had one on my neck. And my dermatologist had popped it one time and I didn't feel anything. So I'm like, you know what? I probably won't feel much. And I was right. I didn't really feel much. So they did a series of injections that numbed this entire area. And so like that's one thing that I want to say. If you plan on getting this done, please, please, please make sure your doctor numbs the area. And I don't mean numb it with a numbing cream. They need to inject it with lidocaine or whatever type of numbing agent they're using. It needs to be injected into the area. And the reason why I say this is because I looked online, I watched YouTube videos, and I read like reviews and experiences on some websites. And a lot of doctors, they give you the option to be numbed, which I wasn't given an option. It was just like, we're going to numb you and then we're going to inject you, you know, with the Kybella. Some people were given the option to be numb, and other people, like, they were just given a numbing cream, which I think is crazy. Like, no, there's no way you're going to be getting injected with this stuff with just a numbing cream. That just sounds wrong. Like, anyways, so he numbed me. He gave me like, I'm like guesstimating right now, maybe like 4 shots on each side, like here and here. And then after he numbed it, like you don't feel anything. You barely even feel the needle going in when they're numbing it. So honestly, this whole thing is like pain-free. I swear. And like, I don't do well with pain at all. And this is what was scaring me. I kept asking them. I'm like, how much pain am I going to be in? How long am I going to be in pain? Like, will the pain last? Will the pain come? Will it come here? Will it go there? And will it be up in the air? Like, I'm just like, oh my God, I don't want to be in pain. And there was no pain. Like a turkey. Ugh. So, they injected me and they numbed the area. So let me backtrack a little bit. So before they numb the area, they take a white colored pencil and they mark your skin. So basically what they're looking for is to see how much fat you have and how much they need to inject. So what he had me do was like, go like, and put my head back and I'm like all the way back and he's on the side of me. He's like looking around. He wants to see where exactly the fat is and what he needs to inject. So he's just marking me with a white pencil, so you just see like lines or whatever. After they do that, they put a stencil on. So because of their markings, they know how many injections you need. So they put a stencil on your fat. So if you've ever gotten a tattoo, it's just like that. Like it's It's like purple in color, and it just looks like a grid. It's just a whole bunch of dots on your chin. And they don't inject it directly into the dots because that wouldn't be like hygienic or anything. They just like inject right next to it. Anyway, so they put, it's like how would you say, like a fake tattoo, one of those. So they just put it, and then they put some water, and then it transfers onto the skin. After that, they just inject it. So I had 20 injections. There are 20 dots on my chin, therefore 20 injections. And I had 2 vials total. So when they're injecting it into the skin, you don't feel anything. Like, it is painless. You feel absolutely nothing, okay? And the reason why I'm like stressing this is because I watched a video on YouTube, and this girl said she had a shooting pain across her entire neck to the point where she almost passed out because that's how painful it was. She said, Kybella, these were her words, Kybella is extremely painful. And I was floored because I experienced no pain. So if you're going to do this procedure, or any procedure for that matter, please do your research on the procedure, on how it should feel, what you should experience, and please research your doctor. Do not just go to anybody. And I want to go, I just want to say it, like, don't go to a regular spa or one of those like weird shady places that like also does hair or something. I went to my dermatologist. This is a doctor that did it for me. So that's part of the reason why I felt so comfortable. I would not have gone to just anybody. So please keep that in mind. It starts to swell up immediately, and you feel sore. And sore, by sore I mean like you're not in pain. It's just kind of like, I don't know what to explain it, like how to explain it. It's like if you have a sore throat, but just like on the outside, on your skin / fat. Afterwards, they gave me an ice pack, and I sat there for a little bit icing it, and then I was ready to go home. I went home, and I was fine that night. I had some soreness, and by the next morning, I was fine. The next day, I had some tenderness, but it was more tender to the touch. So if I didn't touch it, I was fine. But like if I went like that, or like something touched my chin, like a scarf, which I did have a scarf on because I went to work, then I can like feel it a little bit, but like not so much. Right now, the swelling it's gone down a lot actually. It was like really big, and now it's kind of like, it's like starting to harden, so it's not so swollen, and I still feel kind of numb. Like you actually can't feel the touch. Like if I like go like this, now I'm starting to get sensation back, but before I couldn't feel anything. So I don't know like why that is, but just know that like you're not gonna be able to feel like any touch or anything. So that's completely normal. And also the next day in the morning, it was like so strange because I woke up and I had a really bad cough. It was like one of those coughs that rattles your chest, and like I was coughing up phlegm. And the thing is, like, I wasn't sick, and I didn't feel like I was getting sick. And I called the doctor, and they were like, that's really strange. The girl there, she's like, I'm gonna get in touch with the doctor, and I'll have him call you. So he called me back, and he's like, there's no reporting of anybody having a cough. You're probably just getting sick. And actually, I was fine. Like, after about maybe like 11:30, maybe noon, the cough went away. So what I'm thinking is maybe my body was like trying to attack whatever like weird unknown substance was in it, and therefore my body was producing phlegm. I'm not sure, like I don't really know, but that's what I think happened. And then maybe my body was like, okay, it's cool, like, you know, we don't need to do anything. So like the phlegm went away. I know it sounds crazy, but like I'm fine now. I don't have a cough, but I just thought it was like kind of weird, but everything's okay. And now I just have to wait. So here's the thing with Kybella, you have to wait a while before you see any results. And I looked online, and people are like 3 weeks in, and they're like, well, I don't see a difference. And you're not gonna see a difference that soon. So most people say that it takes about a month to see any changes. That doesn't mean you're gonna be very swollen for a month. The swelling does go down. Obviously, it's been 2 days that I did it, and the swelling has gone down a lot. But the fat eventually hardens. Now, the girl that works at my dermatologist, she let me feel underneath her chin, and it kind of felt like a little lumpy and hard. Not like a lot, like you couldn't see it, but you could feel it. So, it hardens, and then I read and I was told that after it hardens, that's when it starts to dissolve, and that's when you see a difference. So you have to be really, really patient with this. It's not by any means something where you see instant results. Also, it depends on the patient because everyone is different. So you have people who are good candidates like me. I didn't have that much fat and I'm young, so I'm a really good person to do it. Whereas if you have someone who's 71 years old and has some fat, I mean, they have more skin too, and their skin is not going to bounce back like a 20-year-old's would. So they're going to have like chicken gizzard, which I was told they did it on a 71-year-old woman, and her neck looked worse after because she had hanging skin. So just keep that in mind. Like, that could happen to you depending on your age and how your skin already is. So I also read online that some people get way more shots, which will happen if you have more fat. So don't go by my numbers. Like, I just needed 20 shots. I read online somebody had 40 shots. So that means your double chin was like twice the size of mine. Literally, if they needed 40 shots, it was twice the size of mine. So that will probably more than likely mean that they're going to need another treatment. Now, what's going to happen is after I start seeing results and see exactly what it did to me and like how much it worked or if it worked at all, then I'm going to know if I need another treatment. I may not need another treatment. So like you kind of don't know. Like you don't know if you're done. You don't know if you need to go back. Chances are if you have a lot of fat, you're going to need to go back because one treatment is not going to be enough. I read that some people need, or most people need 2 to 3 treatments, maybe 4. But honestly, like if you need 4 treatments, then you probably should just like lose weight because that's crazy. Like if you have that much fat that you need 4 treatments, just lose weight. You know what I mean? And I know like people would argue like, bitch, you should have just lost some weight. I know. But like, I feel like it's genetic too. Because my mom has double chin. And she's kind of always had double chin. And I've always had double chin. Like even when I look at my baby pictures, I have like little chin. And I'm just like, oh my God, I've always had like that little extra something, you know? So hopefully it works. But I want you guys to know that it's okay to do stuff. You know, like, I'm not saying it just because I did it. I'm saying it because it's your life and it's your money. And if you want to do something to yourself that's going to benefit you and it's going to make you feel better about yourself, then you should go for it. And you shouldn't give a fuck what anybody thinks or has to say. Who gives a fuck? Do what you want to do and be safe. Please don't do no back alley shit or, you know, meeting someone at a hotel to get some shit done. Please don't do that. I look like, oh my God, like I just can't wait until it goes away. And the good thing is like, doesn't even look that crazy. Like it just looks like I gained some extra weight over the weekend, you know? And when I went back to work, I was mortified. I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna see me be like, what the fuck happened to this bitch? Like, and I had this scarf over my head and some guy walks by, he's like, you have a burqa on? I'm like, no, Tyrone. Like, and if I did have a burqa, here, like, you can go back to work. You can go back to doing whatever it is you were doing, you know. But I did the procedure on Thursday at 6 o'clock after work, and I went back on Friday. My supervisor comes up to me. He's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. He's like, do you have like a stiff neck or something? Like whiplash? I'm like, yeah, I have whiplash. And he's like, yeah? I'm like, yeah, I have whiplash. He's like, all right. And I'm thinking like, motherfucker, like, do you think, what could I have possibly been doing that I have fucking whiplash? You think I was on a roller coaster yesterday, Thursday night, I went to fucking Six Flags and I got whiplash? Be real. I wasn't ready to like really tell anybody. I told some of my female coworkers, because, you know, like, they understand. I feel like guys just don't understand. Really, like, just fuck them, who cares what they think, but, like, why even try to explain it, you know what I mean? They were so supportive, and, like, I appreciate it so much. So I just want you to know that I support you in whatever you do, because we're females and we have to empower each other and encourage each other and not bring each other down. So please, just, you know, do what you feel is right for you. Whether that means going to the gym or getting something injected into your fat, then by all means, do you, boo. So that's my little update for you guys. I know you're probably thinking, like, why did you do that? Like, everybody who I know, they're like, what? What? Some people don't get it, but, you know, I wanted to share it with you guys because I love you guys so much, and, like, we talk and we converse with each other, and we just are, like, we have, like, a bond, me and all of you subscribers. And I hate even calling you subscribers. Like, I just feel like it's so insincere, but, you know, I think it was important to tell you, because maybe there's somebody out there who's like, I want to get this done, or, you know, who's considering doing something similar. So maybe you can tell me what you're thinking about doing, or what, you know, you secretly want to get done, or maybe you were thinking about doing this and I gave you some useful information. So let's start a conversation. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys soon. Maybe I'll do a mukbang soon, now that you guys know about this. Thanks so much for watching. If you're not already following me on Instagram, do so right now. My name is Sam Riv Chats, just like on my YouTube channel. And you can see pictures that I post, and just like random things, and we can catch up on there too. I'll see you guys soon.